they get
Yeah, 'cause
overwhelmed by everyone else knowing all of this information and then having to try to figure it out on the fly.
I'm well
And
seasoned.
Yeah. Which I'm probably because I got some friends that are interested. I'm like, yeah, man. One of these days we'll try it out. I was
hey,
like, I
Reese,
know
real
a
quick
way.
question: what level are we?
in the campaign right now,
Yeah.
Reese, can we level up 5 times, pretty
we
please?
cannot. We
Well,
Dang.
certainly
so
cannot.
That was
Hey
a good
guys,
try. That was a
shooters
good try.
shoot.
if
Hey,
memory
Shooters.
shooters
serves,
shoot. That's so real.
if
I
memory serves, we were level 7, and you
You
said
are
we
level
leveled up
7, and you
after
guys
fighting
should
the
be up to
warlock.
level 8. Yeah.
Okay, so I still need to level up
We're level
without
Wait,
8.
we
even
just
going
You
leveled
should.
up?
in a
Yeah,
flash.
we leveled
Yeah,
up at the end of the last session.
yeah.
We
That's good.
did.
With the death of Bombardier.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Everyone
whoa.
got a level up when Bombardier
Hold up
died.
I
now.
did not know
I
So
that.
I'm leveling 5 levels into cleric so I can cast Revivify. No, no,
Why
I wouldn't do
not?
that to you, Reese. Well,
See, how do
first
we
off,
create Revivify Grease? Because do we need the spell components
because
in 5e?
well,
with
yes,
with
yes,
yes, with
you need
those with
components.
spells that bring people back from the dead, spell components are required.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
still level
I
7.
will
I
be
didn't know
right
we
back.
got a level up.
Well, okay, so if the spell has a component that has a gold piece value by it, you have to have that. Everything else is in your your component pouch. Basically, is what the rules most people go by. Is anything in your spell components that doesn't have a cost is just stuff you have in your component pouch. Anything with
So,
a gold piece value, you have to go and buy
Reese, I have
and
just
keep
figured
track of.
out that the entire time I've been playing Root Bear, I have not picked a feat for one of my class, for my Druid class.
Oh, so
That's
you
that's a
have
tough
one less
start, bud.
foot.
I just have not picked a feat the entire time. That's sick. Holy crap. Free feat? I'll take it, bro.
Man, thief doesn't give you an extra bonus action. That's dumb.
I think it's probably gonna go to my 8th level is gonna go to Barbarian because as soon as I get 3 levels into Barbarian, I can start grinding out Druid again. But really, I
All
think I
right,
should
see if
get 5.
Nate's gonna join, and then I'm gonna get us started.
I feel like I should get 5 levels of Barbarian. That way I can actually get 2 attacks per action. You know, I'd love to have it. I would.
That's fair, but also like you could just cast more spells.
hmm
True. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You are a druid. You are primarily a spellcaster.
True. I only really chose Barbarian for Totem Warrior.
That's honestly fair.
Wait, what do I need? What does Root Bear need right now? More armor, more initiative, all of the above.
All of the above.
I got a good strength score,
Oh,
but
holy
I don't
shit!
think
No.
Great Weapon Master will work well on that because my
Right.
hey wait actually does that -5 for +10 work to any melee attack?
Um,
Let's see real quick if it does.
that's a great question, actually.
Wait, guys. Okay, so someone take Mounted Combatant, and then I'll take the what was it Sentry perk, and then we're broken, right, Reese?
And then we're broken.
Well, it's what is it? Sentinel and
Sentinel.
Polearm Master.
Uh, there's one that was Mounted Combatant, and it was something else. I forgot what it was. Savage Attacker.
All right. Well,
I
Nate
I have
said
a
he'll be
very
here in a minute, and we can start without him.
Reese. I have a very flavorful idea
Okay.
of going into Phantom Rogue, and which gives you the Whispers of the Dead. It says
Okay.
the echoes of those who have died cling to you. And this is because since Daxley has joined this party, several people in the party have died, and it's just
Yeah.
like really weighing on.
This is okay. I dig that. So
Reese,
anytime someone dies, the whispers of Bombardier goes to them.
It's been the Gormesh's. How many people have died in this
Three,
group so
I
far?
think.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 Gormishes have died in this group.
Well,
Well,
no, I
actually,
mean in
I've
this
died 3 times.
campaign.
Campaign.
Um,
Gorm
who died?
Gormish
Who
the first
died in
again.
the cave?
Gormish the first and Gormish the second.
Yes.
Yeah. You and
G1 and
Ethan.
G2.
But I'm the
Um,
only true Gorbish. He was like part of the
yeah.
party, you know. He was
Yeah.
there for the ride.
So, yeah,
He's a
the
Gorbish in
two,
spirit.
the Gormesh and the half Gormesh, and now Bombardier.
Yes.
Yes.
I am
Some
back.
pretty thinned out.
Yep.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Legends never die.
Legends never
Bro, Reese, what if I went meta magic and then got like, oh shoot, with the spells, this might be crazy. Holy crap!
Can you twin spell a smite?
No, I don't think you
I
can.
don't think
I
so.
don't think you can.
Because that's a melee attack.
Yeah.
But it's a spell with a single target.
Well, smites aren't smites technically not spells. They just use spell slots.
Well,
Well,
okay, so
no,
there's
like branding smite and
Oh.
searing smite,
branding smite, and like wrathful smite. Those are
Yeah.
spells. Divine
blinding,
smites are not.
banishing.
See, I wish they would leave that open to interpretation from the DM. So if somebody actually tried it, they could either succeed or just fail
Yeah.
based on what the DM says. So if they hit it and their arm blows off, that's on them.
The like paladin basic divine smite is not a spell; it just uses slots. But the other smites that you can cast as spells do work, I believe. As long as you have multiple attacks, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Unless it like specifically has to be a ranged spell, I
Reese,
haven't
if I
read it.
put something into skills and I can just get free wisdom point, I'll have a wisdom of 20 for root bear.
Hey, maxing out your wisdom as a druid is a good idea. I mean,
What does that turn the modifier up to? I was
Plus
just
5.
looking at Fey touched because it makes a lot of sense for
all right.
root bear to
Well,
be
I'm gonna
Fey
go ahead
touched.
and get us rolling.
Heck yeah.
Bow, bow, bow,
Last we
bow.
left off, the party had successfully defeated 4 black wardens, as well as several orcish braves and orcish hell riders, who were the ones who were riding pterodactyls. After defending the city from an invasion of multiple sources, they then all took a rest because they were mostly dead. Bombardier woke up the next morning to then be unceremoniously gutted right outside his trapdoor. By whom? Who's to say? Um, the party
Going to
went
like
about
the
their
litter.
business that morning, casually moving along until members started to arrive at the arena where several of the city guard had cordoned off the area, and in the center of the cordoned off area was Bombardier's deceased body, along with the detective Gormesh standing over or kneeling over him, checking the body for who knows what. That is where we are now. Most of the party has arrived here. Um, that being the case, first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna have Bombardier roll a perception check for me.
Oh God, hold on. Let me actually open up Bombardier first.
Reese, I have a question.
Okay,
If you
no.
cast a spell as a bonus action, can you still cast another spell as a normal action?
Traditionally speaking, one of those spells would have to be a cantrip.
Well, let's say I had quicken spell as a sorcerer.
Then I would allow it.
Okay. I'm just because I've never picked this feat before because apparently I had this the whole time and I just never chose it on Prone Level Up. So I've been playing without feet the whole time.
That's tough.
Hey, I've been making it, man.
You've been getting through it, honestly.
How have you been playing without feet?
My hands actually.
You said investigation, right?
Perception. But if you want to do investigation,
Perception. I'm okay with the yeah. How about a dirty 20?
A dirty 20. On a dirty 20,
Yeah.
you are in a very familiar place. You are somewhere deep in a mountain.
it's talk to God.
All right. Deep
Okay.
within a tunnel of some kind with your gnomish dark vision in full swing. You are seeing further into these tunnels you are possibly able to see, but you are standing in a sort of foyer, central area, hub of a series of tunnels that all coincide and collect in the same spot. You see multiple openings all going in different directions from where you're currently standing.
Okay.
Um, uh, and you can see down the tunnels a decent distance, but then they just kind of fade into black beyond that. And you hear no sound coming from anywhere within those caves. And then you hear a voice go, "Well, that was a bit unceremonious." And
Tell me about it.
if you were to turn to uh try to see where the voice was coming from, you would see about a 9 foot tall woman in a long white dress that is kind of silky looking. It's kind of like almost like she's wearing a gown of some kind. Um, she's got extremely pale white skin, long black hair that is so glossy that it's almost reflective. Um,
Ooh.
and she has eyes that are the same sort of glossy black, where you could easily see Vombeer could look at her in the eyes and see himself very clearly back, being reflected at him from just solid black. No white of the eyes, just all black.
It's kind of creepy, but sure, I'll take it.
And she has long elfin-like ears, but they extend much taller than any elf you've ever seen. They almost like they almost eclipse the top of her head. They're so tall. And she
Like Dumbo.
goes, "What went down there?"
Your guess is as good as mine. I saw someone litter, and then next thing I know, I'm dead.
Yeah. So, like, looking back at it, do you think stealing the bums was a good idea?
Was it a bad idea?
You tell me. You're the one who
I
lived
mean,
it.
it's pollen in perspective.
Well, tell me, Bombardier, in your heart of hearts, do you believe, from your perspective, that it was a good idea or a bad one?
It was fun while it lasted, so it was awesome. It was a great idea.
You see that
Nothing is guaranteed in life besides death.
she,
And
you see she kind of grins at you saying, "Besides death." And she goes, "Nothing is guaranteed but me." Um, and then she goes, "It's unique perspective. I appreciate this sort of view." Um, she walks over to you from the uh, dark reaches of this cave that you are in. And she reaches a hand out as if she's going to place it on your shoulder, and then she stops about halfway down. She goes, "May I?"
can I grab her hand?
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to reach, just send out my hand to meet
You,
hers.
you grab her hand. Her hand is truly massive. It almost fully engulfs your arm. It is a
I'm like a child.
hand so much larger than it looks. It's like a weird trick of perspective. Whereas like she looked much smaller when she was standing there reaching it out towards you, and the minute that you make contact with it, it is like you are touching something much larger and profound than you could possibly understand as it engulfs your hand.
Okay.
And then she goes, "Very well." She takes your hand, and then just real quickly, you see that she kind of takes her other hand and waves it to your left and then waves it again to your right. And if you were to look on either side of you, you see infinite versions of you spread out as far as you could possibly see in both directions.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And she goes, it's, you know, part of the job is to judge the soul, as they say. She turns, and with a wave of her hands, two doorways appear behind her. And she knocks on both doors. You see that one is a like sort of like a vault door. You see it's like a very large metal looking piece of thing with a large handle in the middle of it. And you see she knocks on that one, and the handle backs itself out without her having to turn it and opens up. And the other one looks like a black wrought iron gate, but you can like with even with slots in it like an actual gate, you can't see what's beyond it like you should be able to. And she knocks on that one and it creaks open as well. And you can't see beyond either doorway. You just kind of see darkness right now. And she waves her hands forward, and all these infinite versions of you start going into both doors. The ones on the right of you start going into the wrought iron door. Left of you going into vault-looking door. Um, and you see that after
Can
what
I do an
feels
investigation check on those memories or those versions of me to see
absolutely,
like
yeah, you can do an investigation check if you'd like, or honestly, you make whatever check you think is associated with insight on yourself. If you, that can be investigation of yourself, that can be actual insight, that could be you're trying to perceive something about yourself. You make whatever check you think Bombardier would make about himself right now.
oh, it's torn between a survival or a perception or investigation.
Okay.
So or insight, I guess, would be the other term too.
Yeah. All of them great
Yeah,
choices.
just gonna go with insight, just
Okay.
or investigation, just basically see weighing myself upon my own scales.
Okay.
Oh God. 18. What does 18 tell me?
18 tells you that you're watching not actual versions of you, but moments of you. You're watching decisions that you've made in your life be judged as they make their way into two separate places. And you see, after probably 10 minutes of them walking, the room vacates and it's just you and Death standing there. And she turns and goes, huh, even 50-50 split. That's pretty rare. She looks at you and she goes, well, this is normally the part where I tell you which door you have to go into, but since it is split so evenly, I'm going to ask you, where do you think you are supposed to go?
Do you expect me to cast judgment upon myself?
I'm not asking you to cast judgment upon yourself. I'm asking you where you think, honestly, you think you should go. I'll cast the judgment at the end of it all.
Hold on. I don't know what to say at this. I mean, I would say, yeah, I'm pretty good, but
Ask a god if they have a dice you could roll.
You want to roll it? You want to make
Or
it
a
a dice
coin
roll?
you
We
could
can make it a
toss.
dice roll.
can we make it a dice roll, please?
Absolutely. I'm going to ask this of you. If we're making it a dice roll, would you
Okay.
actually hold on? What's the best way to think about this? What's the best way to set this up? Would you rather it be a very low DC that you would make with disadvantage, or a 50-50 shot?
I guess a 50-50 shot would be the better of the sets.
Okay. Call evens or odds.
Evens.
Then roll a d20 for me.
Oh God! Here we're doing D&D and Beyond because it hates me from the word go.
It's an odd. It's an odd.
It is. It's a 5. It's awesome.
It's a 5.
Yeah.
So that
I
means
guess
which
I'm a
one were
bad
you
person.
hoping for, and which one were you not wanting?
I mean,
Since he
it's
lost the roll.
in realistic. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm dead any which way you look at it. Does one I get eternal suffering or something damnatious upon that? I don't know.
Were
So,
you
and
on the,
really,
if you were to roll a 6 instead of a 5, which door would you have wanted to greet you?
it does. I guess the vault door.
The vault door,
It
okay.
looks more safe and more
So you roll a 5, and in a moment you have to proclaim out loud that you think you should go into the wrought iron gate. That's what the
right.
roll was
Okay.
to decide, right? Was to decide which
Right.
one you thought you were supposed to be in. And she goes, an admission of guilt in death. Stranger and stranger still you become, dear. And you see that she turns, and with a wave of her hand, the wrought iron gate disappears. She goes, I wanted your opinion, not that you were casting your own judgment. And she turned, opens the vault door, and goes, come along.
Okay. I'm just slightly, just kind of like a little kid following his parent. Just
You
okay.
see that she ducks in the door in front of you to kind of guide you in, and disappears into inky blackness that you can't see beyond. As you step through, you step onto a massive, impossibly long, floating brass bridge.
Oh God.
You see ahead of you clouds, and in those clouds, massive turning gears that are creaking and chirping against one another as they turn something. You're looking at gears so massive and so detailed that there is nothing that Bombardier in his life could possibly think that you would need a gear that big to turn.
Okay. Gears of time.
And as you look at those gears, you then look out to your left and right and see endless floating clocks. Different kinds of clocks. You see like pocket watches and like grandfather clocks and just regular little wall mounted clocks, sundials occasionally just floating infinitely into space all around you. And walking down the bridge towards you, you see a gnome.
A gnome.
You see a gnome.
Okay.
You see a gnome woman with a uh like a sort of newsies cap on. That's bright red. She's wearing suspenders over a very dirty looking shirt. Um, long black trousers. Some shoes with little hills on them that make her just the littlest bit taller than you.
Okay.
And a tool belt with um so many tools tucked into it that it probably just seems more dangerous than it is helpful.
Okay.
She walks over to you and goes, Damn. Really?
What?
Of all
Is
the
my
ways
response.
I could have think you could have gone out. I mean, and she turns. You see, she turns out to one side of the bridge, and you see she reaches into her belt, pulls out a fishing rod out of a space that there should be no way to fit a fishing rod in, throws it out. You see she grabs hold of a clock, reels it in, and hands you a pocket watch that has your name engraved on it, and the hands have stopped. And she goes, I thought that thing was going to take a lot longer. That one I worked. That one I made nice.
I'm sorry.
She goes, don't apologize. I mean, that just makes me feel bad. I'm just saying it's a really nice, it's a really nice clock. And now it's stopped, and I can't make it start again. So, and
Do I just hand it
she
back to
looks
her?
up. She looks up to where Death was, and Death is no longer there. And she goes, well, I guess that's that. Um, well, follow me. And she turns and starts walking down the bridge.
I follow suit, of course.
She goes, first things first, the big gears always gotta be turning. Always gotta be turning. If they stop turning, bad things happen. But equally as important, the little gears, and she points to the millions of clocks floating in infinite space around you. Them's the bread and butter, baby. Those are the guys that keep this whole job pretty interesting. That one over there, that one's your mom. Don't know how that one's still going. And you just see a clock with your mom's name on it, like a huge grandfather clock that's just ting tong, clicking out in the distance. She goes, that thing is way past due. Did not expect that to still be beating. All right, continues walking. She goes, that one over there, that's your friend Daxley. And you see a clock that is just the arms of a clock just floating in air. There's no like back to it. It's just floating arms ticking.
That's cool.
And she goes, don't even know how that one's working. Couldn't explain it to you. Keeps walking. And she goes, anybody's clock you're curious about?
Um, the person that killed me, where's theirs?
Oh, his clock. Okay. And you see she reaches in her belt once again, pulls out this time instead of a fishing rod, you see she pulls out like a harpoon gun, fires it out into the to nowhere, and you see she wrenches back in a another pocket watch that's got devil horns on it. Okay, it is just some sort of bright red metal that she pulls back in, pulls it off, hands it to you. And you see the name Talvain on it.
Um, so I'm tempted just to cast. I know I have an acid magic or
Mm-hmm.
acid spell somewhere in my thing.
Okay.
Would you allow me to cast it on the pocket watch to basically destroy it?
You can definitely try. You can go right ahead.
Oh no, I want her permission first before I do that because this
She
game.
looks at you and she goes, you know what? Give it a shot.
Okay, then I would cast my acid on her on the pocket watch.
Okay. You cast the spell. You see the acid drips all over it and then drops to the ground, and the clock is still there. She goes, yeah, that's everybody who's ever come in here has tried that one. And they just, I make them too good, you know?
Okay.
You end them out there, that's one thing, but you can't end them in here. I mean, on this side, they stay running unless somebody out there stops that.
I guess the final thing to do is cast grease on my mother's
On your mother's clock. Okay.
yeah, on my
Lubricate
mother's
it.
clock.
Okay.
Lubricate the clock.
And she goes, "Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have fun here." Speaking of grease, and you see that she pulls just out of nowhere a massive bucket of grease, and she goes, "You're gonna need this. Both of those gears, just the two giant ones spinning in place, everything, top to bottom, needs to be greased. All right." They can handle that?
Okay, I'll go and cast. Sure. Is this a job offer?
Unless you've got something else you want to be doing.
Is there much of a choice? I'm kind of stuck here, aren't I?
I mean, if you want to, you can polish the clocks.
I'll grease them.
All right.
You see me take the bucket and just start skipping and start just greasing up. Just
You start skipping. Everywhere you skip, the air just becomes solid beneath you, so you can skip up to the clock. She goes, "Yeah, I mean, just think about where you need to go. It'll get you there. The whole place is kind of, does what I want."
oh, awesome.
And we're gonna jump back to the rest of the party as Bombardier makes his way up to the top of a giant, never-ending clock.
Destroy heaven.
Before I leave her completely, I want to cast Firebolt on that watch.
Okay, on the which one?
Just try it just one last time.
All right, you fire. You know what? Roll me a d20. Let's just see. Just
On that 20, his assassin dies of a heart attack because his clock stopped.
No, he dies of heartburn.
see on a 19,
So
you hit it with a fireball, and you see the smallest little crack appear on the face of it, and she goes, "Okay, all right, I gave you one. Watch it."
Get it because it's a watch.
I just continue skipping away.
Okay. She goes, every fucking time. And you see she goes to step off the side of the bridge, becomes gigantic, taller than you could possibly imagine. She expands 50, 20, or 20, 50, 100, 200, 600 feet into the air, and then with one step is gone into infiniteness. And you're greasing a clock.
Jesus. I'm greasing clocks.
And you're greasing clocks.
Okay.
And we're
Yeah,
back
So
to the
am I
rest of
Father
the party.
Time now?
Bro's working overtime. He is not getting paid for it either.
Everybody else, you guys are in the arena seeing the dead body of your friend. What are we doing, y'all?
Gorbash, what happened?
I'm finishing the phrase, aren't you happy that you bet my gun now, Bill? Huh? You're happy about this now, Bill?
Bill goes, "Brother, not the time." As he turns to gesture to the dead guy. Rudy, you see that Gorbash looks up and goes, "Nope, not today, not
Hey
today.
man, hey, what happened, bro? What happened, man?
Not your business. All right, you can't
He
speak."
literally was in our party. What do you mean it's not my business?
He make a persuasion check on that.
He's not wrong. He was in our party. I don't know why my voice changed, but
Persuasion.
it did.
Yeah.
18.
He goes, "He was in your. You know this man?"
Yes. That's
Um,
Bombardier.
He's on
He
the
was on our
BATTLEBALL team.
party. He literally exploded the arena on training day. What happened to him?
He goes, well, a series of things. You see that he kind of stands up, walks around Bombardier's body, moves under the rope and walks over to you. You see he takes a pair of gloves off of his hands and lays them down next to the crime scene. And he goes, your friend, do you happen to know what sort of business he was in?"
Well, he had a lot of weird
He was a
stuff in
minor
the
guild,
hole of
right?
his, but I'm not too sure where all that came from. A couple of grails, you know.
You say he was a minor? He turns to
Yeah.
you, Dax, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
he
a
was
minor
really
guild.
young.
He
Can I
was,
get like
yeah.
a flashback to their minds of me blowing up like the training?
yeah. Um,
Anytime someone thinks about you while you're in the afterlife, a video just plays what memory they're thinking of.
It's just always him throwing the
Is that
Black Star
canon now?
bomb in the arena.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just a
Like,
non-stop
damn.
replay of that.
It hit me. I have a very vivid memory of it.
Yeah, that's true.
He goes,
Give it to a straight Gorbash.
your friend,
How do we find this guy?
it looks like he ran afoul of the Mercer Street Devils. They're a local gang. I'm not sure how a minor could have done that. Um, but and you see that he turns to the body. He goes, come with me," and he kind of gestures all of you over. Um,
Blank, blank, blank. I'm just
and
stomping.
you see Bombardier is laying flat on his back on the ground. You see several sort of like puncture marks all over his face and neck.
Reese, can I
Um,
roll an investigation check to see if anything stands out in particular?
um, roll me an investigation, but first tell me what exactly are you? Are you? Is there a specific thing you're
Anything
trying to
that might
glean?
hint us towards maybe the murder weapon.
Okay, yeah. Roll
No, I'm not gonna lie. I got a -1 to investigation. I
investigation.
just wanted
Yeah, I
to
was about to
roll it.
say.
That is a 2 for a dirty 1.
Incredible.
What do you call a dirty 1, bro?
You look at this. You look at this guy. You don't think this is deer. There's
Yep,
no way.
I see this all the time. They shot him. They put him down right here.
um, for the rest of you who have a regular passive investigation, um, you guys see this is clearly Bombardier with several puncture marks all over his face and neck, and then in the middle of his chest there is a large M that was carved in with a knife very crudely.
Mm.
And he goes, "Yeah, this is a clear mark of the Mercer Street Devils. Um, this is not the first time we found people like this. It's normally reserved for people who have severely pissed off that particular group.
What happened
Um,
to all of his Black Star incinerator bombs?
you
I
have
mean,
no
like,
idea.
They were stolen or taken, I believe.
say, do
We
any of y'all
we
know where he
we
kept them?
haven't seen anything, so we don't know. Well,
Because if the the
he
gang has them, then that's going to be a very big problem.
He
yeah
goes,
Now,
he's
Gormesh goes, we didn't find anything on his body,
well, he
like,
had like, what was it, 12 Dark Star
I
incinerators
say, yeah, I'm keep it real with you,
for his
Gormish.
mining. He had purchased for his
That
mining operation, but he for some reason used them in the sport.
yeah, if that street gang has a bunch of high power bombs like that, we might have a little bit bigger problem than being a street gang.
And the like, our players and party don't know about the other bombs he stole because he literally did that last night
yeah,
before
yeah.
he got
So you
himself
don't
killed.
know about how many he
Um,
actually had. Yeah.
yeah,
And he goes, um, we found definitely no explosives on him, or really anything of any kind. No gold, no weapons. Everything he apparently had been taken, other than his clothes.
Reese, we were there when he bought the key to the little demi plane. Do we know what it looks like?
You would know what the key looks like, yeah.
Yeah. Did y'all see a key on him?
He goes, no, no key. Like I said, his
Nothing
everything
at
on him
all.
was empty,
Just clothes. Just
just clothes.
clothes.
Have they
Um,
covered
All
their
right then.
tracks? Can we trace them?
uh,
Yeah.
Gormesh is gonna roll investigation real quick.
No, I do have very good perception.
Could,
I can see when there's
could
something there. I just
I?
can't piece it together with investigation.
I would like to look for a flat line in the ground, like I'm assuming the door would leave when he came out of
That
the
is
dimension we're
very
going into.
clever. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
+4. Sadly, only a 13. But I mean, I'm
Um,
looking for a flat line drawn in
I'm gonna
sand.
say
So
because you knew exactly what you were looking for, 13 is gonna get you there. You quickly find a flat line in the sand where you think a doorway could have appeared.
Do I see footprints, or can I
You
check for
see,
footprints?
you actually
Am I?
see. This is this is a little weird with the way you look at it because you see
Yeah.
a set of footprints leading away from it that are very small, like a gnome's feet. And then, like behind where the door would have been, you see a set of two much larger footprints that then walk
I would
toward
like to
the smaller
point
ones and
out.
then disappear.
I would like to. Oh, they disappear.
Mhm.
I would like to point out this area of the crime scene to the Gormesh
Okay.
investigator.
Detective Gormesh
Um,
is going to roll investigation. Detective Gormesh got a 29.
Holy crap!
He's going to
I'm
kneel
sorry.
down. You see that he immediately licks the sand.
Yeah,
Okay,
like he
first
licks
thing
the
he does.
sand. He's got
First
to.
thing he
Little
does,
obsessed.
licks the sand, and then he starts sniffing, and he goes, "We had one attacker."
Is he like the woman from Madagascar
Yes.
hunting down the animals?
He's more like a cracked out Sherlock Holmes.
Heck
That's right.
yeah!
He goes,
I'm a much bigger fan of his partner.
we took down. He had one attacker. Clearly caught him by surprise. Um, there's no signs of a scuffle. It looks like whatever happened, your friend was taken down almost immediately. Um, and then as far as the bite wounds all over his face and body, we did find 3 death adders here in the arena. 3 very large, very venomous serpents.
Do you think that was just a way of finishing him off?
We've seen it once before. It's pretty rare, but one other victim who had an M carved into their chest also died with a bunch of bite marks on his face. So it seems that this is a intimidation tactic of some kind.
Well, what was with the last
He might
victim
have.
that happened to? Did y'all ever figure out why they attacked him
Who?
specifically, and maybe why they only put the death vipers on him and not the other ones?
The other gentleman in question was a dwarf named Rhaegar, who stole a considerable portion of money, apparently, from the Mercer Street Devils. And well,
Maybe.
it ended poorly for him.
Maybe
Yeah,
thieves get added. Maybe thieves get added to a list. I don't know.
you know what I mean. He might have stolen
Hey,
Added
good
some.
to a
pun.
list. Yeah.
Surely it's not. It's not in him to steal. I don't remember him being a thief. He never stole nothing from me, at least.
You see that
If I remember
Gormesh looks you up
correctly, he
and
was an
down.
artist.
He's gonna make a roll real quick. Hold on.
It's like there's not much to steal.
He literally goes, "Steal what?"
Oh God.
I backhand the
Gorso.
crap out of Gorbash.
Whoa.
I mean, I ball up my middle fist and I just
Roll it.
Restrain
backhand.
Roll
yourself.
attack. Roll attack.
Restrain yourself. Don't get yourself arrested.
That was a I've tavern brawlers. That was a 22 to hit.
Oh shit.
The 22 to hit. 22 is
Please
going
let
to
it just
hit.
be
Roll
like 1
damage.
damage.
He takes 6
It's
damage.
it's unarmed, so yeah.
He
Fucking
takes
tavern
6
brawler.
damage. I go,
Oh my
Gorbash,
God.
you're on a thin line here, buddy.
He takes 6
I
damage.
can't take it anymore, man.
You see, you backhand Gormesh. You see all 7 guards draw swords.
Hold on, I think it's just a misunderstanding. I think you just touched a nerve. It doesn't mean to spark conflict.
You see the guards
I
look at
like your.
you.
I
Roll persuasion.
told Gorbash,
Jackson?
I like
Yeah.
your partner a lot
I will
better.
roll persuasion. Luckily with my new rogue subclass, I took persuasion with my like the changeable
Let's go.
thing. So I have a +5 in persuasion because I don't have good charisma.
Let's
I have
go. That's actually
+2.
very impressive.
Reese, I should have raged. That's
So
what
I
I
have a
should have done.
+5 persuasion. That is a 13 + 5, 18. To be like, hold on, he just touched a nerve and got.
You see the guards like sheathe their swords
I'm
but keep their
holding my
hands on
hands
them.
out like in Like the hold your horses, like Chris Pratt did to the fucking Velociraptors.
You see that they keep their hands on their weapons, but they sheathe them, but they're keeping their hands on them. And you see that Gormish spits blood out of his mouth.
I offer my last healing potion. Be like, hold on, we just need to keep things civil. We're not here to cause any trouble.
He spits the blood out.
I point to Bombardier and be like, this was our companion. It's a bit emotional.
He grabs the potion from you, drinks it slowly.
And I gesture to Gormesh, and you, please just try to be a bit more, I don't know, not so condescending. And then I turn back to looking at the footprints.
This guy, I got something going on. Y'all might not know about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like his partner a lot more. I forgot what his name was. I like him a lot more. The little
Hauser.
gnome guy, Hauser. Heck yeah, that's my man right there. He's my homeboy. Him and Bill.
You see, Bill goes, "What's going on, my man?"
I
looks like things are getting.
up.
You see, he goes, "Looks like things are getting violent. Don't love to see it. Don't love to see it." You see, he turns to Gormish. He goes, "Hello, my hobgoblin friend. Just quick sidebar. Could we sidebar for like just a minute?" And you see that Gormish, in a very quick few seconds, has been hit in the face, talked down, and then now a donkey is talking to him. And you see there's just a lot of confusion quickly rising in his face. And he goes, "Yes, we can sidebar. I'm Gormish." And he goes, "Nice to meet you. I'm Bill. So wonderful. Let's just talk over here for a second." And you guys see that Bill walks Gormish over for just a second, and then very loudly, doesn't whisper at all, very loudly goes, "Rudy's going through some stuff, okay? Maybe just be a little nicer, okay? That was uncalled for. I'm going to talk to him after this. I do not abide by just random acts of violence, but that was, you were very sharp for no reason." And he goes, "I was just making an observation." He goes, "Has no one ever told you never say anything if you can't say anything nice?" And he goes, "Well, I don't think that's how that saying goes." And he goes, "Don't tell me that. Just accept it." And he goes, "Okay." And he did it. He goes, "All right, great." And he turns and he goes, "Rudy, we need a sidebar. Come with me."
I follow Bill.
He goes, "Rudy, that was uncalled for. All right, yes, I get that he talked to you a little sharply,
I
but
understand that, but like
going straight to violence?"
I whisper like, "Bill, bro, he killed me. You don't understand. There's a lot going on here, bro."
Bill. And I said my own name, didn't I?
Yeah,
I said
man.
my own name.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Rudy, listen. I don't think that guy killed you.
I'm telling you, I've seen it, but like when I saw it, I was real too. So I really don't know what's going on.
Rudy, you've been real this whole time, man.
Yeah, but no, I wasn't. I hold up my hand. I wasn't this. And I go ding 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 ding.
Oh, you were a bell. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
you got it.
He goes, "All right, okay. So, all right, break it down for me. In this vision that you remember, you were killed by that guy specifically."
I was killed by Gormish. That's all I could remember from it, is I was killed by Gormish. And he looks identical to Gormish.
And his name is Gormish. So that means
I don't know what's
everything's adding up so far, yeah.
Yeah, but in the vision, he was standing over me, right? With a lot of just blood on him, and then I hold my hand up, and I'm a hobgoblin too.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah,
so you were a hobgoblin.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then this other hobgoblin killed you. All right, I'm with you so far. I'm with you. All right, don't say a word. You see, Bill starts to whisper now. All right, don't say a word to Ephesus. But when this guy's distracted, I'm going to take him down. All right?
Okay.
I'm not letting anybody treat my homie like that.
Okay.
So this Gormish guy, the minute he turns his back, he's dead. All right?
Yeah,
I'll get him. All right?
Thank you.
I've currently got Ephesus's gun. He doesn't know.
I start crying. You're my best friend, man. Bill, you're my best friend.
He goes, hey, Keep it together. Keep it together. First of all, I don't think you can cry. You're a
Yeah,
robot.
walls
There's...
up, walls up, walls up, walls up.
All right. Hey, no, don't walls. No walls up. Walls
The
down.
roots
It's all
starting to
good.
grow. The roots starting to grow
Start to
more
go-
on my
Hey,
arm.
it's all good. Walls down, but just walls down when it's appropriate. All right. But
Okay.
right now, we're not gonna
Ant
get
colony
distracted, and
right
I'm gonna
under my
take him down.
helmet is dying from the oil.
I'm
Oh
gonna
gosh.
take him down. Okay.
I
All right.
believe
So
you, Bill. If no one has my back, I know you do.
if the minute he doesn't expect it, I'm gonna strike. All right. No one hits my boy like that. All right.
Yeah, Bill.
All
Hey,
right.
I'll do the same thing for you, Bill.
All right. Rudy on three. 1, 2, 3.
Rudy.
Rudy. All right. And he breaks. And he breaks. All right.
Okay, guys, let's investigate a murder.
You see that Gormesh looks at you, Jaxley, and goes, has that donkey always been talking?
Yeah, just I tend to, just not think about it too hard, or my nose starts to bleed.
Okay, all right, good to know. Good to know. He goes, all right, well. Anyways, your friend was clearly murdered by a gang. No leads on who the killer was whatsoever. They have a lot of associates. I don't know what to tell you past that. There's a lot more information that I will have to go through. Hopefully I
So
can
y'all
track
just let a gang exist in the city?
Well, unfortunately, our judicial system does use due process, and they're very good at not actually being caught doing any crimes. And
like they literally left a mark. So
yes, and if we go down there, they're gonna say anybody could carve an M into a man's chest.
that's fair, but like, wouldn't that be plagiarism? And that shit's not allowed. No,
I'm not sure if murderers are worried about plagiarism.
I know. I was joking.
You see, Gormesh fully doesn't get it. He goes, "What do you mean you were joking? You were talking about plagiarism."
Yeah,
I'm a published writer
it was
myself.
a
I know all
joke.
about plagiarism.
You're a bounty hunter.
You see,
Basically,
Ephesus, Bill
criminals
comes over
like
and he
to.
goes, "Okay, so we have a new plan. We've got to kill this guy."
I want to
Do
call
what?
him back over here. Hey Bill, we need a little sidebar real quick, okay?
1 second. I'm telling my boy Ephesus,
Okay,
get
okay,
ready.
okay,
In a
okay.
minute, we gotta kill this dude. All right.
Yeah, I got you.
Talking to me now?
Yeah.
You're talking to we're killing Gormesh?
Like,
Yeah.
we're not killing this guy in front of God. Like,
Sorry, I was a little
I
bit phased
haven't
out.
sidebarred with you yet,
Hey,
actually.
hold
All right,
on,
I'm coming.
yeah,
We're coming. All right, I'm gonna get to you. We're gonna sidebar. We're gonna talk about it.
Oh, we're
Right now, I'm
sidebarred right
sidebarring
now?
with Ephesus.
Okay.
Cyber. Ephesus.
Yeah.
Rudy told me that Gormesh killed him. All right, and we don't let people treat our friends like that. So we have to kill this guy.
Rudy's alive, buddy. I don't know if you know this.
All right. Well, he was very convincing that he died. All right, and he
Rudy's
thinks he
right
was
there.
a hobgoblin
This
before he was
also-
in a robot body.
I'll
All right.
wave at him. He says Rudy's right there.
Can I roll an inside check? Like this is very unrealistic to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So is that with advantage or what?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
Hold on. I got new dice, but I can't get them freaking open. There we go. I got bunny dice.
You got bunny guys.
Yeah.
Show the cam. Show the cam to the fan. This is
They can-
great.
I don't know if it'll show up. In
Let's go.
Hey,
I love
yeah.
that. That's adorable.
I sadly cannot see it at the moment.
One moment, I will put it back up there. Let me roll this. Okay. That was a nat 20 on the second roll.
Heck yeah.
Let's go. On a
rolled
nat
it.
20, you see that Bill is like fully like down to do this. And I think there's a moment where it clicks in your head that like Bill is as already been confirmed to you is from the Feywild, and maybe like people dying and coming back is maybe a little more common in the Feywild than it is here. So maybe like Bill's just like can't let our friend be disrespected, can't let guys kill him. And yeah, like he's alive, but like that doesn't mean he didn't die.
That's what a nat 20 got me. A crisis. A mental crisis.
It's not a mental crisis. It's a thought of like it's a matter of perspective for Bill that like where people are more likely to come back to life over and over again in the Feywild for just doing crazy magic shit. He
Yeah.
just believes that like Gormesh just killed Rudy and Rudy just came back somehow. And he's not really worried about the particulars of how that happened. He's just worried that his friend was hurt and he wants to help his friend.
Listen, Bill. I get you're from the Feywild now. But usually in this world, people don't just die and come back. Now, they can take a lot of drugs and live for a long, long time because of those drugs, suffering some side effects. However, Rudy seems to be getting along fine. He has an ant colony on his body.
You guys, all right? I see your point. I was unaware about the whole death being more permanent thing here.
Yes, if
That's
I die,
fine.
I will stay dead.
Hey, everyone.
Are you
everyone
sure?
Can we like
Yes.
bring it in real quick?
And that's why I need my gun. Please do not bet it off anymore to this man once we keep it. And if we lose it, I'm just going to run away.
That's totally fair. I realize now I've made a terrible mistake, and I'm sorry.
Yes, but I don't think we need to kill Gormesh here.
All right. Well, but Rudy is like for sure believes that this guy killed him. All right.
What evidence
like-
has Rudy shown you? Okay.
No evidence, just purely vibe. But if we think about it, he's in a metal body, and people aren't born that way. All right. How do you get in there, Ephesus?
I'm sure he was created some way, but I don't think it's because he died. Your soul doesn't
Right,
just go to robot form. I mean,
Do I hear this, Reese?
They're whispering, but you can try to roll perception to see if you can hear part of the
I'm
conversation.
good at this. Wait, this is what I'm good at. Dirty 20.
You know what's happening.
I go, hey, I get it a little bit of there. I was like, sorry, I know this is just sidebar. I get it. Hold on. Ephesus.
Are we doing a huddle? Okay, hold on. We're doing
Yeah.
a huddle.
Hey,
You see
everyone-
the Bill says,
everyone
"Hey
group huddle.
team,
Everyone-
hey team, we're
Yeah,
huddling.
come on.
Everyone, get in. We're huddling
Okay.
I just want to see what Gormesh's reaction is to this.
for this whole thing."
does he huddle too?
Roll insight. Roll insight.
Roll insight.
Yes, on Gorbesh to see what he's got going on.
All right.
I go, hey, guys. So I haven't been like
8
clear
plus 6, 14.
What you get on a 14 is you get a man actively choosing to ignore something so that he doesn't have to try to process what the
That's fair.
fuck is going on. Okay.
That's fair. Good.
He's
good for
doing
him.
that man thing where it's like, nope, can't deal with that right now. So he's just choosing not to think about it.
Okay, guys.
Yep,
group huddle.
gotcha.
So I haven't openly talked about this a lot because it's not fun to think about. So guys, get this. Used to, I was a hobgoblin. Okay, I saw this in a vision. I was a hobgoblin, and there was in that vision a red hobgoblin standing over me that looked exactly like Gormesh. Actually, he was Gormesh.
You know,
He looked exactly like Gormesh.
Rudy, I'm gonna drop a bomb for you right quick.
Uh-huh.
This is the third Gormesh. No, maybe the
That we've
fourth
seen.
Gormesh that I've met.
Yeah. What?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
So
Huh?
it's probably just 3. If we're including him.
I think we.
Okay, Ephesus man. What?
So we had 2 companions back in the day. They said they were twins. I don't know how twins have 2 different daddies. I'm gonna be honest with you. What was
Also
regular
two
Gormesh?
completely different races.
That's what I'm
Just like to
saying.
point out.
2 completely different
Completely
daddies.
different races.
Hey, things happen.
Born-
Feywild is crazy, man. Feywild
One
is
was a
crazy.
kobold, one was a hobgoblin.
It was
Who
a
knows?
kobold and a hobgoblin.
Yeah, one was a kobold, one was a hobgoblin. They went into a hole and they died by some kind of monster that eats dead stuff. So I went down there, to try and help them. They were already dead, and we killed the beast. And then some dude just phases in right next to me. He's like, "This didn't work," but he also looked just like the other Gormesh. He also Can I roll an? Do I need to roll an insider perception check to see if he looks like this? This Gormesh.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Reese, when he tells me that some guy appeared next to him and said this one doesn't work, does anything click in my memory?
That's a dirty 20.
We're gonna address that in one moment. On a dirty 20, this guy looks exactly like both of the other ones you've seen.
Okay. He looks exactly like the other Gormeshes I've met. This one does. Not the kobold like the hobgoblins, just to set you straight there. Okay. So
Rudy's having an existential crisis
as
he's been explaining.
I grab his hand.
Okay.
And did the ants like crawl into my hand?
No, the ants
You see the
are...
ants stop border style. They like
Yeah, they stop, yeah.
But are they
don't
like
look like
standing
that.
up on edge like hairs? So they're like climbing each other's like little
They're all
hairs.
standing up. And if you pay close to it, actually, I'll say on a dirty 20 perception, you see that they're all saluting. There's thousands of ants
They're
holding a salute.
very kind ants. I trained them well.
Okay.
You see that Bill puts a hoof also on Rudy.
I think there's a little bit of a Gormesh multiverse here. So I think if we kill this Gormesh, it gets us farther from the problem. Because you were in the ground, presumably a long time. You still got rust spots, and I'm going to be frank with you, I've run out of WD-40 for you. So...
Well, I thought that was just my ants. What? I thought they were
I'm
just
sorry.
keeping me ready.
I've been trying to restore you while you've been asleep. I only have to trance for 4 hours a night. I've been trying to help you out, but I don't have a welder. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I was just trying to, paint it up, cover it.
Every long rest, the creak of my knees gets worse. And one day it's just gonna be.
We'll get some grease while we're here. I hate to tell you this now. I was just trying to, I was trying to handle the problem for you. Figured out. But I think if you kill this Gormesh, it will get us farther from whatever truth you're trying to find.
That's what. Okay, first of all, that is why I called the group huddle in. We're gonna circle back around to that. Who appeared next to the other Gormeshes?
Gormesh. But like
What?
a wizard or something. I don't know. He just phased in. He looked old. And he said something about this one was a failed experiment or some junk like that. I don't know.
Rudy, give me a intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
17.
On a 17, you take 1 psychic damage, and you feel a splitting pain in your mind as a memory forms back in of you standing on a either balcony or rooftop. You're not totally sure, just an elevated spot where you're overlooking a city that's built in rapidly rising hills that go down to a coastline. And you are standing there overlooking it, and you hear a strange, like, whooshing sound, and then coming out of a portal, a Gormesh is standing next to you, and that's the end of the memory.
Him. No! What did his teleporter look like? Is Ephesus? What did it look like? What happened when he teleported?
Oh, I can't hear you.
I muted,
can't
sorry. I mean, I ain't gonna. I'll be honest. I mean, it was kind of like white. It was a little bit gray. It was kind of like silvery, like it was moving, like it was liquid. But it was only for like a split second.
So did he just appear, or did something happen? Did someone do something and he appeared, or?
He just died. Gormesh, with the Gormeshes died. I mean, he only took one of them.
Roll me a history check with advantage, Ephesus.
Me? Okay. That's a 3. 1 second. 14.
14, you remember that the coin of Gormesh started spinning rapidly in the air, and then the portal appeared.
Also,
Where the
I'm
coin of
sorry.
Gormesh
I was thinking of the fluid that Dumbledore was putting the thoughts into.
Yeah,
That's what I was
100%,
thinking.
100%, yeah. The Obscurial, is that what that thing's called?
I can't
I
remember.
think.
The Mysterial or something.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
I was like, ooh, you know. So if you want to change it, we could change it. But yeah, so Gormesh had this little coin. I don't know. Started going spinning. Made some kind of noise. Boom. Gormesh
And
is
then
there.
some liquid, and then some silvery
Yeah.
light liquid appeared that then opened up really rapidly, and there was a
Yeah.
guy.
Was a dude.
I need to sit down.
No.
This is insane.
Bill goes, "You need a ride?"
Bill, respectfully, I would probably crush you. I weigh so much.
Respectfully, I am so strong.
Bill, I believe in you.
Can you do a
I
charge
really
attack
do.
right
He's a
now?
fit.
I believe in you 100%, Bill. But I think right now I need to be just on the ground thinking for a second. Guys, group huddle right here. Back to what I was gonna tell Bill. Maybe we need to wait before we do plan to kill Gormesh. Okay, Bill?
We were gonna do what?
Because
Axley's just not kidding
He
out.
left out of the battle.
so I have talked to him
With his insanely high
before.
perception, he still just wasn't paying attention to them. He was like looking for clues and shit.
That's so fair. That's so...
We're gonna do what?
I have talked to this Gormesh before, and he said he would help me, but it was only when the time was right. But like he's impossible to find. Like I went to his partner, like chill guy, bro. His partner's so much cooler than he is. But like even when he couldn't find him, and so now that he's here, he still won't help me. So one of these days, we gotta get some answers from him, because we need to find out what happened to the other Gormeshes.
Have you tried like making an appointment and not just like barging in?
You see that Bill goes, "Fellas, I've got this." You see that Bill steps out of the huddle, walks over to Gormesh. He goes, "Hey, friend. Quick question. Do you know any other Gormeshes by chance?"
Bill, buddy, I get you're trying. I have asked
You
for that.
see that the end of Bill's snout starts to light up green for a second.
He's Rudolph, but reverse.
You're a lie detector.
and then that green light, kind of a small, like glowing dot, floats off of his nose, expands into a circle filled with sigils. That is happening so fast.
Why has he got Zone of Truth, dog? What is going on here?
And then you see that he is. I'm going to roll for Gormesh. Gormesh adds a +3 to this saving throw. Hold on.
Is that what this is?
He fails the saving throw. Bill casts Charm Person.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was about to say, is this man a paladin?
And he goes, "All right, you know."
Starting the next project.
He goes, "Well, do you have family? Do you have a bunch of siblings, maybe?" And you see that Gormesh goes, No, I don't have any siblings. I have a partner. I have an adoptive father, named Gregor. Who he lives.
Or what?
Gregor what?
Gregormesh?
No. Actually,
Greg
you see that
or what?
You see, there's a momentary pause as Daxley.
Greg or Matt? You what? I said
Daxley
Greg or what?
Daxley hits on something here that Gormesh kind of pauses, and he goes, "Just Gregor."
Gregor Mesh? Was he the Gregor Mesh?
No. You see that anybody who wants to roll me an insight check will.
Me.
Oh shit. Can I investigate to see if he's
19 on the
been
dice
modify
for
memory?
a 26. Wait, hold up.
I got a
I lied.
19
23.
altogether.
You can roll if you're trying to roll to recognize a spell effect. I think that would be Arcana, wouldn't it?
Maybe. I believe so.
I got
Okay.
a 23.
Then you can roll that if you're trying to figure it out. All right, what did you guys get on insight?
23.
I got a 19.
I got a
23.
I got a 19 plus 1 Arcana.
Okay, damn, that's great. All right,
One
so
dirty 20.
first things we're going to go through are the insight checks. We'll go on the 23, which is the highest one. You notice that there's a genuine moment of panic that Gormish tries to hide in his head real quick. As he's like just Gregor, and you see that there's like a moment where like he starts to like freak out about something, and then very quickly down and gets normal again. Ephesus, you just notice, not to the same extent. You just notice that like he has that moment where like his eyes dilate very fast, like he's about to go into like a fight or flight sort of, and then he doesn't. He quickly gets himself back into normal.
I knock him in the
like-
heart to calm him down, because I know pressure points.
Because you know pressure.
Gregor, what?
Daxley, you right on the money. You recognize the effects of someone whose memory has been modified.
I would like to gently alert the Gormesh as smoothly as possible.
Wait,
Be like,
hold up.
I think
Reese, I have a metagaming
I
question.
think you are under the effect of a spell.
And he goes,
Perhaps one that's been modifying your memory.
and he goes, what? No, hold on. And you see that he kind of, yeah, no, what is it?
If I casted Dispel Magic, could I unmodify his memory?
I'm going to say it's going to be a roll, but it is possible.
I'm rolling hot tonight, boys. I don't know this yet, though, do I? Daxie ain't told me.
That is up to Daxley if he points it out to you or not.
I tell it to Gormash, but
He goes, no, don't be absurd. I'm not under. I just have a little bit of a headache.
No. So I've seen this before. It's mental manipulation of some kind. I'm not very keen on it myself, but
Can I cast Dispel Magic?
you need to seek a cleric for like restoration or curse
And he
removal.
goes,
Put my hand on the shoulder.
he goes, I'm all right. He goes, don't touch me. And he quickly.
I cast Dispel Magic as I put my hand on his shoulder.
All right. Hold on, I gotta double check the rules here.
For
Okay, all right.
dispel
So it's
magic
it's an
for-
ability check with your spell casting ability. So it would be whatever you add to like a spell attack, right?
+7.
+7. All right.
and modify memories 5th level.
Can I know what the DC
You're
is that
gonna-
I gotta
you're-
beat?
You
Modify
do.
memory is a 4th,
5th.
but I'll go. This will give you guys a bit of insight here. The DC is 17. Someone cast this as a 7th level spell.
Oh shit. Oh shit! It modifies a
10
year.
on the dice. My
Plus 7,
+7.
17. Oh my god.
For a 17.
That's insane.
Wait,
That's
I don't know if
fucking
my
insane.
laptop screen can
17
see it. My
exactly.
big
That's
dice,
nuts.
my
Okay.
big dice is like right there to the right. Laptop can't help it. I got 17 total.
Did I cut out?
No, you're good.
A little bit.
Oh, there it is. Shit was freezing for me. We're good. We're good. All right. 17 on the die. You dispel magic.
Or 10 on the dice for a 17.
Or 10 on the die. 17 total. You dispel magic. You see
Good night, Grandma.
Bye,
a
Grandma.
moment of panic. Good night, Grandma.
Everybody's saying goodnight.
You see a moment of panic re-enter his face that doesn't fade. You see that he turns. Gormesh. I mean, Rudy. I need an opposed athletics check.
Hey, yo. Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Not good. 9. Rolling that one.
We got a 12, but that's still better than you. You see that he shoves you away from him. And he goes, "Get off of me!" And he steps back.
What happened?
He
That
goes,
should have fixed it.
and he goes, "Don't, nobody come near me." You see that the panic is still staying on his face. On the previous insight check that on 23, you have gleaned the ability to read this guy's pretty well in this moment. With that ability, you see that he is rapidly remembering something that he doesn't want any of you to know.
I go, listen, man. Hobgoblin to what used to be a hobgoblin.
He goes, "Fucking what?"
Long story. Used to be a hobgoblin. Pretty sure I knew like your great grandpa or something. But just let us figure this out, because these are answers that I've also been looking for.
He goes, "What do you mean?"
Remember our
And
conversation about how I've seen you before, how you were a Gormish, how I've seen multiple, or how I've seen you in a vision.
yes, I remember this conversation.
This is what it means. I've seen you standing over me when I was a hobgoblin.
He goes,
It wasn't you.
It definitely wasn't me. I've never stood over you before."
You stood over me, blood on your hands. It was my blood. I held my hand up. It was a hobgoblin hand, and I know it wasn't you now due to recent information. But I think it might have
Someone who
been
looked like you.
someone who was identical to you.
Rudy, you're talking to him. He's looking at you. His body's frozen. His body's frozen. Bill's body's frozen. Everyone's body is frozen but yours. And you hear a voice go, "Damn. Where the hell did you crawl out of?"
Gormish.
You see, in a moment of frozen time, stepping out of a flash of light, a hobgoblin in long red robes with golden trim, holding a large staff with a G on top of it, made of gold.
He's pimping, y'all.
I've
He
seen
goes,
enough Adventure Zone to know that red robes mean business.
"The red robes mean business." That's right. And he goes, "I thought you were dead. What the hell are you doing here?"
Don't know. I crawled out of the ground. What did you do? How did you put me there? How am I in this? And I motioned to my robotic body.
He goes, "You don't remember?"
No. I don't know what you did to me. I don't know nothing.
You see that he starts walking towards the frozen Gormesh. And
Stepping between them.
he goes, "I left you out of this effect willingly. Don't make me use magic you've never seen."
No, there's not a lot I can do, but at least give me answers. What? Did you kill me? How
He
am I a
goes,
robot?
"Kill you. Kill you. I saved you."
How did you save me? By making me this? By leaving me in the ground for who knows how long?
That was because you wouldn't listen.
To what?
To me. I told you didn't have time, And you insisted we wait.
What were we waiting for? That was so crucial that it could
We were
cause
waiting
an
to
internal thing.
save people. Meaningless people. And instead of running for your life, you fell in lava.
Well,
I dragged you out. I put you in this body. And
He's
how do
Emperor
you think
freaking
me?
Palpatine. What is going on right now?
And how
Darth
do you
Vader,
think me?
actually.
When you come to, you tried to kill me. All because you think I caused the eruption.
Did you? Did you cause the eruption? Oh, great wizard. Gormesh? What are you, the Gormesh? What are all these other Gormeshes?
He goes, I don't have time to explain all of this to you. And
It
he
looks like you have
turns.
plenty. Time's frozen right now.
You see that he turns and he goes, only for a moment longer. And he goes, I'll come for him. I'll be coming for him soon.
Over my dead body.
Find the answers you want. And he turns, and in a flash, everybody's back to moving, and he's gone.
Do we realize anything's happened, or do
No,
we just see
looks
that
like you guys
Rudy
just
teleported?
mid conversation.
Because was
Gormesh?
Rudy walking around during that?
Gormesh is in a different spot than he was somehow almost instantaneously.
I'm standing right there by him.
Yeah.
I got in between them. I said, Gormesh, listen. You need to stay with us. Whatever
Rudy,
you
how
do,
did you
do
did you
not.
just teleport?
Whatever you do, do not.
Can
You see
say
that
out.
Phil sniffs the air, licks. Guys, someone froze time.
Yeah,
How the huh?
but that is
How do you know?
Gormesh. Gormesh froze time, not you, Gormesh.
Sorry, guys. It was an accident.
Gormesh froze time.
He goes, you can't taste time?
No.
Reese, I'm fate touched. Can I taste time?
Hold on, I have high perception. Can I?
My
attempt?
ancestors were
If you want to attempt,
Is it like the rain? Can I taste time like
What
I
does
know
an
the
11
rain's
on the
coming?
dice get me?
an 11
I
on the
do
dice
have a-
plus what? Add your perception.
My perception, 18.
18? You got nothing.
Dang it. I go, Bill, listen, man, I'm trying
got
to
a-
get there.
I only got an
in some
11.
relation I have.
You only got an
towards the
11?
fact
Taste
that
time.
You've also
Can't
got
taste time. Can't taste time.
I go, guys, Gormesh, stop time. Not Gormesh. The Gormesh.
The Gormesh?
Bill goes, is he with us right now?
He's
No.
gone.
And he looks at you.
can
He looks
have-
at you, and then he looks back at Ephesus. And he looks
I
back
didn't hear
at
what you said. I'm sorry.
you.
I was thinking, I was like, is he here with us now? And I was like,
Is he in the room with us?
Is he in the room with us? You see that Gormish goes, what the hell is going on?
Gormesh said he's gonna come for you very soon. And if it sounds anything like Ephesus told me, that doesn't mean anything good. Last time he came for another Gormesh, the Gormesh was dead. You need to come with us, or just stay with us for this next couple of days where you can be protected. Because I think something's gonna happen.
He goes, I didn't. What? I'm Gormesh. I didn't try to come take anybody.
Hey, apparently you're one of several.
No,
That's
the
insane.
Gormesh. You're not the only one. I couldn't. He wouldn't tell me what
Hey,
you
Reese,
were.
do
but
I
he was
remember
Gormesh.
the Gormesh that used to be in the party? Does he look identical?
Down to the placement of like freckles. He looks identical.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you are one of several clones because there was a former member of our party by the name Gormesh, who looked spitting image of you, like
and a kobold.
identical. Well, that was. I don't know that was a real Gormesh, but he was also called Gormesh.
Hey,
We
shout
can't
out to
count it
Adrian's Body
out.
Shop shirt.
And he goes,
You might be a clone. I just want to say that.
what? Everyone here, give me an
You
insight
have
check.
Zone of Truth. It's like, is the Zone of Truth still active?
There's
Insight.
no zone of
21.
truth. They thought it was zone of truth. It was just trying to
21 on
Oh.
Insight.
21. Anybody else?
What was the roll? Sorry.
Inside.
That's a nat 20 for me.
That's gonna get a lot.
These dice are rolling good.
+6. That's another 11.
Okay. All right.
Nothing.
On a 21, the first thing I will give is that Rudy, everything you're saying
Is what?
He froze.
We've lost Reese.
He
Oh
froze.
no. He got time frozen.
He's gonna his camera's gonna move to Jesse's
it froze.
spot.
My shit frozen.
It is very frozen. Is Reese in the room with us right now?
No.
It's phasmophobia.
That's what I was saying whenever he said it earlier. I was like, this is like a ghost show.
It's watching
Are
Ghost
you in the
Ghost
room with
Machine.
us now? And then the EMF buzzes a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that old.
I used to be a Ghost Adventures fiend. I loved that show. It give me nightmares sometimes. I gotta stop watching it.
Oh man.
I'll never forget.
9/11.
MTV Cribs. Yeah, never forget.
Are you in the room with us right now? It's weird because if there wasn't a ghost, it wouldn't have moved. Yet it moved to no.
Oh
So I'm
Like she was in
inclined
the
to
room.
not believe it.
man. No, can you get your spirit box out? Go get your dad's radio and just turn through the channels like this.
Oh, guys. EMF. Write this down. EMF level 5. Fingerprints. Freezing temperatures. What is it?
Hold on, let me see if there's ghost orbs. Y'all look out. Wait, I got this.
Yeah, I saw one of Reese's camera, I think.
I don't know if my camera can do. Well, no, I know it can do black and white. Hold on.
Put it
Oh,
in
I
the-
turned it off. There we go.
They killed him. They got him. Gormesh actually got him.
Let me see if I can do it from my phone. I don't know if I can.
What you do? One day, we will be able to play D&D with no interruptions.
Hopefully one day we'll get to do some in-person sessions.
I think this is Reese's version of Spotify. You want to break from the ads?
Want to break from the ads?
I'm so happy they don't do that to podcasts on Spotify.
Yeah.
If they did, I would go crazy.
Well, the podcasts run their own ads, so Spotify doesn't
Yeah.
need to.
I don't know what I've done.
That's it. Gormesh kidnapped Reese.
Yeah, he actually did. My
Oh,
bad, guys.
there we go.
Oh,
My internet
Gormesh let Reese
collapsed.
go.
He's back.
All right.
It was canon that Gormesh kidnapped Reese in the time stop there.
No,
for a
no.
little
Can
bit.
you look for ghost orbs?
Oh, I saw some floating. I'm dead serious. I saw what.
Oh, there's a
I need
fly. I
red-
just
I need
saw a fly go
I
by.
need the red circle with the arrow.
So on that 21 insight check, you know that Gormesh is freaking out, but maybe not as much as he probably should be given everything that you were saying right now. On a natural 20, Ephesus, he's
So-
faking it.
Who's faking what? Sorry.
Gormesh is faking this freak out.
Oh,
You're faking,
Everything
buddy. You're
saying,
faking.
he knows. He's hearing you.
Buddy, I have a feeling that you know everything that we're saying right now. This is fake. I'm calling you out.
How do you know?
He stops and he goes, What do you mean? He starts to back away from you guys. You guys see that he's in this freakout has created a solid 15 feet of space between.
Look, we don't want to hurt you. We're just trying to help our friend here.
I go,
And
guards,
you're our
listen,
only
listen,
lead.
guards. We're not trying to fight no one, but we need this guy.
He's our lead in an ongoing investigation.
Reese, can I prepare an action?
What action are you preparing?
A thorn whip to pull him back if he tries to run away.
Okay,
Ooh.
I respect that.
So, like,
This
one of the
is-
roots of my arm, like, it gets prepped, but I kind of try to hide it so they don't see it.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
Because I
He
feel
goes.
like he's done made enough space. I'm going to hold my hands like this and, like, slowly approach him. Okay, listen, man. We don't want no problems. We just need answers. You know something that would greatly help me in my search for answers. But Gormish is coming for you, man. And frankly, I don't think we can stop him.
Daxley, do you have your Kintsugi mask on?
Yeah. I've got it like on the side of my head,
Alright.
but it's
Do
on
we
and
all
off.
have
It's
Kitsune
attuned.
masks?
Only certain of us do, like the Adventurers Guild, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he goes to run, drop him. I mean, not drop him, but catch him.
Okay. I still
Can
have. I whisper. I still have a bolo arrow. I could entangle his feet,
There we go.
If only I had message.
but I don't. I
If I
don't
had the
want to
message
anger the
spell, I'd
guards.
tell him what I plan on doing.
I don't want to. I
I-
just want to tackle him.
I go, guys,
Rudy, you roll persuasion.
persuasion.
Yeah.
16.
On a 16, he stops trying to back away from you, but he's still a decent
Wary.
distance from you, and he goes, "Look, okay, I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did, but I'm getting memories in my head that I've never had.
Look, like I told
Gormish,
you,
listen,
you were
I
under the effect of
dispelled
a spell.
magic from the modified memory that Daxley said you were under to clear your memory because at this point, any information is helpful information. Cause I don't know what's happening.
What are you remembering?
I remember a tube. I remember being inside some sort of glass tube. I remember seeing multiples of me in other tubes next to me.
Is it making more sense now that I said you might be a clone?
It's making a little too much sense, and this feels like a plant. What the fuck did you do?"
I
I
dispelled
noticed.
magic.
So, you said you had a father, a name of Gregor. I made the connection of Gregor Mesh. It might have been nothing, but it was enough for me to catch on that you might have had a modified memory. Is your father still alive? What happened
Because
to your father?
I've never there's no I don't remember. I don't
I want to tell Gormish, I just met your real father, the one that made you in the tube, and he's not someone you want to meet. I figured out that in my progress to save people, I fell into lava, and he brought me up, put me in this body. Now, whether or not he caused that eruption to occur and got me into the lava trying to save people, I don't know. But what I do know is that he is out for you. He said it's going to be soon. So we gotta protect you.
From what we've gathered, there's this powerful wizard that made clones of himself, and
I said,
he hunts
Gormish.
down the defective clones.
I want to
And,
Gormish.
or I should say,
if he
the,
comes after you, I don't think we can beat him. I don't.
He goes,
might
I'm not a defective clone. I'm a perfectly normal.
no. Yes, that
But
is
you remember
fine.
now. You remember that you are a clone, and I don't think
Well,
he
I think
wants that.
that one's on us, but uh, however,
That
we
one's
don't
on you.
want you to
You
die.
did this.
Gormish, calm down, man. Listen.
Roll
If
one
we
more persuasion check and roll this one with advantage.
with advantage.
Yes.
Terrible rolls. Only a 15.
On a 15, he goes, "Okay, I'm willing to hear you out, but maybe we shouldn't be doing this next to the
In the
body of your deceased friend."
That is
Yeah,
true.
I pull out an old cloak and like cover him with it, so just to like
Is there somewhere that he would want to be buried? Maybe.
in the mines outside of Moontown. There's a new mine that that we all discovered. He claimed to the guild. He'd probably want to be buried there.
Okay, good to know.
The
Oh,
mithril mine of Moontown.
you guys are participating in the battle ball match
Yeah,
this morning, right?
We
later
are.
later
Yes.
today. Yeah.
All right. Perhaps we could adjourn to my office.
Yes, I would like to see. Was it Hauser?
Yes.
I would like to see Hauser. He's very cool.
If you gentlemen wouldn't mind following me.
I would like to on the walk there, let him know like, hey,
How long do we have till the tournament?
I
Like a couple
You've
hours?
got another 2 hours before they
Okay.
start.
I went to a Gormish. I I know, or I'm very sure I'm not a clone, but I think whatever I was may have been related to Gormish in some way because I before this happened and I talked to him in the time stop. Ephesus revealed his teleportation when they picked the last Gormish, and I remember standing on a balcony overviewing a city on a harbor, and he teleported next to me the same way he teleported when he picked up the last Gormish that died. So
He goes, "How does he know where we are?"
I think he can track you because he made you.
It was
As a
something about
clone,
that
you're one of
coin.
many. He is like an arch wizard. He probably track you through magical means. Not to mention what he might have implanted in you while in the cloning process.
He goes, "I I only have flashes of what was happening in that, I guess, the cloning process, as you put it. Just like the occasional image of consciousness inside some sort of liquid.
You
Um,
see many other field tubes with other core meshes in it in any of those flashes?
Hold on, let me roll." He goes, "I saw 6, maybe 7 of the tubes."
That gives us a good number then.
He goes, "I don't know. Um, I don't know where I was. I don't even know how I got here
Here,
now."
here's what we do know. If you saw 6 or 7, maybe other tubes, we know one of the other core meshes are dead for sure. They're dead, and he came to pick them up, stating that they were a failure. So we're thinking if the clone dies, or if he becomes defective in any way, he'll be considered a failure, and he'll retrieve them. And as Ephesus said, it was like a coin started floating in the air, and then a bunch of silvery liquid was produced, and then he appeared.
He goes,
I think the best place for you to
"The
be was
coin."
yes, the coin.
You see, he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out the 24 mesh and he launches it into the street just randomly. Just yeets that thing. And he goes, "How else could he possibly be tracking all of us? Did the other one have a coin?"
He did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ephesus.
On a nat
Yeah.
20 investigation check, he put together that the coin is probably the tracking device. And also, Daxley said it out loud. So he reached his pocket and he yeeted this thing into the ground.
Daxley would like to note where it lands.
You
Uh,
see it like it
does it like land in a
skips
gutter or
across the
something?
cobblestone and then like flies into an alley, like a street down.
Okay. Um.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay, all right. I've got to get out of the city. I've got to go. I've got to get gone."
Listen, if he catches you by yourself, there's no hope. I think if you
Well, earlier you said that you could beat him if he did come for me. So my best
But-
chance is
but
to
here's-
hide.
I think because there's very strong people in this city. I think if you were in a heavily fortified place with many strong citizens of this area, you'd be much better protected than being with our party.
He goes, a heavily fortified place, huh? Heavily fortified, heavily fortified. And you see he starts looking around. Everybody who wants to, give me a perception check to see if you can see where he's looking.
23. 22.
Nice.
Perception. That is a 15 for me. Actually, I don't know if the die. I think it said 15. It's either a 15 or an
Reset crit on
18.
stealth, 31.
Did you say 31?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
31 on stealth.
Okay.
Okay.
If you got over a 16 on the perception check, you guys look and see you follow Gormesh's gaze to the Wizards College, which is a giant fucking castle in this city. And he's just going, heavily fortified. Heavily fortified.
Yeah, that would work. The only thing is he's been here since when I was, flesh and bones. And before I ever woke up in my robotic body, it's been some years. It's at least a couple hundred from what I can gather. If he's this old and he's just a hobgoblin wizard, there's no telling, what power he has.
I've got somebody I can go ask.
Who could you go ask?
Well,
Sun legs.
I don't know about
I
Sun
don't know
Legs. I was gonna go ask
I don't know.
Wendell, or whatever his name is
Where's
right now.
Steph at?
You could go ask Wendell. That's a good point.
Or
Right now his name is
Thefru.
Ross. But and
Ross.
Sunleg might also have information.
Well, I would like to go talk to Ross because now we have a lot going on, and I need Sun Legs to come help out. You know,
I would.
I need him to be
if
around,
there
not
were-
not
Is there
specifically to
anywhere
help
you
out.
guys can suggest I hide right now?
Honestly, should I take him to the shop?
He goes, if I'm going somewhere, I need to get a note to my man Hauser to tell him I'm going on the lam.
Okay, emphasis. If you know a place, I think it'd be best to take him there.
Well, I know.
Emphasis, you know some influential people and some powerful people. You don't know anybody on the planet dumb enough to try to walk into.
That's what I'm saying. I think I might
Wendell's
need to
shop.
take him to the shop. Yeah, I know a
Have I
place.
ever been in Windows, or is it just emphasis that's been in there?
Well,
I think the party went in there to buy items once.
y'all just didn't
But I
know
wasn't-
who Wendell was.
Yeah, I don't know who Wendell is.
You know Ross.
I know Ross. I
Well,
think we should go to Wendell shop.
it's time to go to Ross's shop, I guess. You mind coming on? It's a magic shop. Safest
You
place in
guys make
town.
your way down the street to Ross's robust reliquary.
That's the name I thought it was, and I should have said it. I should have said
Reese,
it.
on the way there, I want to ask emphasis on the way there. Now, why is Ross's shop so good to take him there? How is it so good at defending him?
Let's just say Ross's shop has been around longer than this town, longer than Moontown, longer than pretty much any town here. And somebody that knows how to make business stay alive can probably keep this man alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So has Ross just been here for a while, or?
He's been here a long, long time.
You think
You
maybe
guys make your way down the street. Make your way to the market district where you see the sign hanging over the door that says, "That's just the 3 R's," hanging on a sign. You make your way
Oh, we've been here
inside.
before.
And sitting on the counter, his legs crossed, reading a book, is a halfling with a ponytail and sideburns, wearing a nice little jacket. And he goes, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to." Ooh, hello,
Hey, Ross.
Milo, my boy. You
Um,
brought friends. And he closes his book, sits it down, and he goes, "Hello, everyone." He goes, "Can I?"
hey, that blueprint you gave me to give that one guy turned out great.
I don't think I ever
Oh,
went
sounds
to
I
good.
store.
I'm
point at
so
the
glad I could
scope.
help you with that. I'll be honest with you. I was a bit concerned because I drew that up with a bit of a hurry, but I'm glad it worked out well.
Thank you.
Reese, I was never in the store, was I? Because I
No,
went
you
to
were
the
not.
guild
Yeah,
when
you
they
went to the
were.
guild, and you didn't have any money to purchase anything in here. So, and he goes, "Oh, hold on a moment." And you see he jumps down from the counter and walks over to you, Rudy. And he goes, "Well, look at what we've got here." And you see he starts walking around you and he starts poking different joints all over your body. And you see that parts of your body start to spaz out from where he's just like touching places
Whoa,
that
whoa, man! The
he
ants don't
goes,
like all the shaking.
he goes, "Well, that is something interesting." And he goes, "Where'd you find this fella?"
I, sir, I crawled out the ground.
Well, I'd say that according to this little guy. You see, he scoops up one of the ants and he goes, "Yeah, I'd say this. You must have been in there for a long time." And he
And I
puts the ant in
speak
front
with
of
the
you.
animals on that ant.
Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah. Tell him how long y'all been working on me, little guy.
Wait, do you want to speak to the ant, or do you want the ant to speak to this guy?
I want to allow the ant to speak openly.
I, okay, so you, I'm going to say this: if you want to cast speak with animals, you could understand what's being said. But it seems like Wendell already is talking to this ant.
I want to listen in on this. Can't speak with animals so I can listen in on this.
You cast speak with animals, and you hear the tiniest little voice go, "Wiggle ant of all time, I bow to you." And you see the little ant bow to, to Wendell, and he goes, "I am honored to be in your presence." And he goes, "Hello, little friend." And he goes, "How long have you been hanging out with this guy?" And he goes, "For me personally, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks. I don't really know the lifespan of an ant, but my colony has been living in this guy's body for like roughly 1,000 to 2,000 years, give or take." And he goes, "Give or take. Do you not have a better plan at the time?" He goes, "I don't really know how time works. If I'm being real with you, I mean, I understand dirt. That's all I've got. I got dirt." And he goes, "That's actually fair, yeah." And he goes, "This is unreasonable for me to ask you to have this sort of information." And he goes, "I don't think it's unreasonable, Mr. Winterwasser, sir. I'm an ant." And he goes, "Yeah, you're right. You're a little worker ant, aren't you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm a little worker ant." And he goes, "All right, well, maybe send your queen out and I'll ask her." And he puts the ant back. And you see a few minutes later, the queen ant comes out and jumps down. And she goes, "Winterwasser, end of time."
Your real name is Wendell?
He goes, "Oh, hold on a moment." He looks at me and he goes, "Hey, do you know what we're talking?"
Yeah.
He goes, I would say, lad, maybe don't say my full name out loud, all right?"
Not your full name?
Wendell's fine. Ross is fine.
Is he
Just
saying
don't
this in
say.
ant speak?
No, he's saying this to you just straight up. Everyone else has no idea what's going on. You're just watching a strangest interaction of all time.
I was sure Wendell, and I'm like, I shake a minute. I'm like, okay, so he's just giving away my name and his name now. This sucks.
And he goes, "It's just safe for everybody if the whole name isn't said out loud." And you see the ant
Can I
queen.
say like part of it in ant so no one else gets it? But I'm like, Wendell Ross, like, end of all Wash my hands. It is all
Yeah,
in
he
hand
goes.
speak.
You see that he kind of like puts his hand on his heart and kind of like bows to you a little bit just to be like he appreciates you trying to show reverence. And he goes, "It's all right, lad. Don't worry about it." And you see that the Equine goes, "Windlewasser, end of time.
We got deep
Hear my
voice.
prayer. Hear my prayer. Do not destroy my colony." And he goes, "Oh, I'm not here for that." And she goes, "Oh, then what's up?" And he goes, he goes, how long have you been living on this guy?" She goes, "Oh, literal for me, like I think like 6 weeks now. It's been like a lifespan." And he goes, "How long has the colony been here?" She goes, "Oh, like a solid like 1,600 years, I think is the exact time." And he goes, "Wow, that's pretty good." He goes, "All right, that's all I need to know." And he puts it back up there, and then he goes, "Wow, 1,600 years. All right, you were in the ground for a long time."
Yes, sir, I was. I was there for a very long time. And
He
that's
goes, "What brings you onto the shop today?"
this guy, and I motioned to Gormesh.
You see Gormesh looking very shaky. He goes, "Hello, my name's Gormesh. Nice to meet you." He goes, "Hey, another one."
You knew other ones?
I've known. Let me think. Let me think. You see, he puts his hands up in front of him and starts counting, and he goes, "I've known 6 Gormeshes."
You know the Gormesh,
The first one,
the original one, not a clone.
and he goes, "I might have."
He's out for this one, and I motioned back
And
to
he goes,
Gormesh.
"Oh, you remember where you came from, did you?" And he goes, "How'd you know it?" He goes, "Not the first one. You're not the first one to have figured it out."
What happened to the rest of them? The last 6 that you knew of?
Well, various incidents. I knew one who died because he accidentally awoke an angry god, and then he got instantly murdered by his own decisions.
He's a fucking
Um,
bright fella.
The
I knew
heroes of
one
Alharia,
who
as I remember them. I salute.
salute.
I salute thee. That was a day that will live in infamy.
There was another one who was a wizard who got high enough level that he figured out how to repair his own memory, and when he repaired his own memory and remembered that he was a clone, the other one came and killed him. Um,
Oh crap!
And you see that Detective Gormesh just shudders and starts crying the minute
Reese,
he
I need to
says
be writing this stuff down. I need a
that.
notepad. I will forget all the Gormesh lore.
He goes, um, another one. Just he actually died of old age. He lived out his whole life, never learning that he was a clone. Got married, had kids, had a wonderful existence. Um,
That sounds so unlike them.
yeah, it was very lovely. Then there was oh, then there was Gormesh the Lesser. This guy was real interesting. He started a religious uprising that led to him being murdered as a martyr.
Wow. Um, he didn't. Do I know about the Church of Gormesh?
I don't think so.
It's a. What do you mean he started a religion?
Well, he didn't start a religion. It was a religious uprising. You see, this guy got really into it. He got really into the worship of um a long dead god,
Wow.
a a god that was killed like eons ago during the war of creation. Um, And when that god died, his powers just kind of dispersed into the world infinitely into a flowing pool that never ends. And this Gormesh learned about that god, and then he started trying to worship that god. And then in the worships, because divinity's a little finicky. So when he started worshiping and other people started worshiping this dead god, the dead god started to come back to life. But when he came back to life, he was out for revenge and started trying to kill all the gods that had killed him before. I mean, he started a whole divinity war, um, and then he was murdered as a martyr, and then his god was slain.
These Gormeshes don't sound like very good people. I mean, with the exception of like 2, I think.
But good is subjective. You know. He
Well,
thought he was doing good.
well, he did revive a dead god, so it's
Well, I didn't say the dead god was a bad guy. I just said he was dead.
true, but he was out for revenge, and usually a good guy, would be like, hey man, they kind of mellow out. Bad guys just stay angry. Something's up with that. Something's up with that.
He was the god of torture. I did forget about that part.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
he probably wasn't a good guy.
yeah. He wasn't great. No, I think about it. So,
I,
anyways, you need to keep an eye on this guy. Is that why you're here?
yes, but I do also have some personal questions.
All right, I could probably help you there. It will cost you that.
Did you know of any other hobgoblins that might have been around? Did you know Gormesh back when he was still a younger wizard?
Did I? I knew of him. I didn't know him personally. Back then, I wasn't much of a shopkeeper as I am now.
Memories came back of me standing on a balcony overlooking a city that had vast mountains that went all the way down to the coast. That was like a harbor. And I remember him teleporting next to me, and that's all I remember.
Gamkahar,
What?
the city of Gamkahar. That's where that was. It was an island city that was nested on next to a volcano.
And what happened to it?
The volcano erupted, destroyed the whole island, killed everyone.
And that's why I'm a robot. He told me when he.
I know you're not going to get this reference because you're bound to this one world. But if you've ever heard of Pompeii by chance, it was sort of a Pompeii situation.
Oh shit!
Well,
Some part of
yeah,
me
you're
knows
right.
what you're talking about.
What?
Daxley digs deep and has a small nosebleed. As some part of that
yeah.
makes sense.
You take 1,000 psychic damage.
I've
and
heard a
Ray
tale
members
of
die.
Fire Genasi suffering some fate.
Do I
like
have
that.
do I have resistance to this type of psychic damage because I've hung out with Wendell
Because you
before?
hung out with him before, yeah, you do.
Pompeii, I remember you telling me about this.
Fourth wall breaking.
As some cosmic being brings up something that you shouldn't understand, you have a resistance to this specific thing.
This is not the first time he's mentioned Pompeii.
He likes to bring up Pompeii at least once a social gathering.
He goes, there's just a lot to learn there, and a lot to unpack. Anyways.
Daxley starts whistling Pompeii by Bastille.
Hey, incredible. And the walls kept tumbling down in the city going.
I do want to ask you, during the eruption, what happened? I remember trying to stay and save people. It was as he told me. He told me when he came back and stopped time and talked to me that he was trying. I was trying to stay and save people, and he was trying to run for his life.
Oh, wait, Gourmet stopped time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it smells like time stopped. And Bill goes, exactly.
Why can't I smell
this?
The rain? Why I can't? Oh, probably because I can't smell I'm a robot.
He goes, you should have a sense of smell for that. I mean, that's part of it.
The ants are clogging up my nose at all times.
I walk behind him to see his switch box and start switching things on.
You open up a switch box. You see the one that just says memories, but you just leave it alone and go back.
I see one that's like scratched out a little bit. Sense of here it is. I turn on sense of smell.
Can I smell time now?
It's just his breaker box.
He just has a breaker box in his back.
All these fuses need to be changed.
Roll a perception check.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
What do you add to it?
7.
Okay, that
what
gets
does time smell like?
You smell that that there is. It
Lavender
almost
and
kind of
rose
smells
pepper.
like dust after rain.
I was gonna say crispy bacon.
Quite. It's like actually it is kind of if you took like the smell of like petrichor, like dust after rain, and the smell of bacon, and the smell of like burnt wire, and you combined all three of those. That's the smell of time when it's messed with.
Guys, time smells really weird. Also, I don't know what you did, Ephesus. Holy crap. Y'all been smelling this whole time?
Oh, I haven't been able to smell for like 7 years, buddy.
They actually wouldn't know, but I still find it weird that the spell time stop doesn't require any components other than verbal.
Yeah, and it also doesn't have like a save where like someone could resist the time stop. It's just like,
No,
nope,
it just happens.
that shit
Level
pop.
20
That shit
wizards
just
are
pop.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm sorry, no JoJo's moment where you stop time, I also stop time.
You just be like, nope,
Level
stop
20
that shit. That is what it is.
Archmage is
The
insane.
only way to stop it is like I counterspell.
I counterspell time stop. You fucking what?
Yeah.
If
The
you roll
ninth
with
level
that 20, man.
counterspells?
What's the DC's a 19 to counterspell it, then ain't it?
Yes.
That depends on
plus-
what level
Well,
counterspell you're using.
Well, if you counterspell with anything below a 9th level, yes, it is a DC 19.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if you have a ninth level spell slot to just throw at it, which
yeah,
Wendell
not-
could,
Yeah.
Wendell also has too many
Well,
ninth level spell slots.
I
Whoa.
want to tell Wendell. I said
Normally you don't get more than one.
Wendell's a cosmic entity.
That's fair. I said
he
normally.
stopped time for a couple seconds, and when he figured out that we were all there, he asked how I was still here. I mean, I'm a robot. I don't know how I'm still here. And he acted like, and he said, "Oh, you can't remember?" I think he might have done something when he put me in the body. I lost my memories, and I didn't know, and he wouldn't sell me.
He goes,
So I'm kind of lost right now. But I think there used to be a relation between me and him. I'm just not sure how.
you see that Wendell walks to a room in the back. You hear some things like jumbling around. You hear a shatter of a bottle. He goes, "Oh no!" And then a troll runs out through the middle of the room. And then midway through him running out, you see that a spell whizzes out and hits the troll, and it turns a miniature again. And he puts him in another jar and fills him up.
Hmm.
And then he walks back
So
there. And
you're the one doing that.
Was that rock?
he goes, "Yeah, who else was putting trolls in a jar? It's like it's a brilliant idea. You just sell the monsters in a jar. I was gonna do it with dragons. Terrible idea.
I say maybe a wyvern, but like not a fucking
Yeah, you don't want to
dragon.
pick anything too intelligent because then they remember where you are and then they come after
Yeah.
you later. Trolls are dumb, you know."
Oh yeah, Daxley's never met the Wendell that we know
No, he hasn't.
from the previous campaign.
This is
Never mind. I was
Rootbeer's
gonna
first
say
time.
something funny, but
What does he fish out of the back?
You see, he fishes a large, thick-looking grimoire, like a big old spell book, out of the back, and he comes forward with it, and you see he has a big buckle on it, and he unbuckles, and he flips it open, and he flips through a bunch of pages, and goes, all right, here, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And he goes, okay, here we go. All right, well, I mean, if you want, for a price, I can repair all your memory.
How much?
And he goes, yeah, no. Let me see. A little bit of spellcraft, a couple of components for here in the shop. We'll say 3,000 gold.
Oh, Captain.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
so how lucky was I to roll that Arcana on
Dude,
figuring out modifier?
that shit. The
Or better
DC
yet,
was
no,
20,
better yet,
and I was like,
just the joke I had made that made the connection.
yeah, you made the
It
joke,
let
and I
me
was like,
roll.
son of a bitch, he's on top of it. Hold
I'm
on.
sorry, Greg, because I had made the joke as like his dad's name was Greg Orr, and I'm just like, Greg Orr what?
Gormish.
The
Then-
Gormish Lord
then I
Dump
realized
was insane.
Gregor
Was-
what? And then I'm just like, wait, Gregor Mesh. Holy shit, am I onto something?
And
I
he
was-
was onto something.
I was not thinking this is where we were going tonight.
Yeah, this was
And then we
funny.
got
I
the
love.
Gormish lore drop. Reese, I could not be
Sometimes-
happier after such a hard day of work today.
Sometimes we just need a session where we're grilling a guy about his past that he doesn't know about.
Exactly. Sometimes you need a session where one of your companions goes to his heaven and the rest of you grill
Yeah.
an investigator.
Yeah, this is the second time I've beat up Gormish.
Yeah.
I need to.
Having the guards just be like, yeah, fine, that's great.
That's great. That is what it is.
You know, a
I guess
backhand from a
deserved
metal
it.
arm cannot feel good.
No,
You broke
that's-
several
that's
teeth.
why I offered our last health potion. Or at least my last health potion.
Yeah,
I love
you
it.
can buy some more off of. You can buy some more off of Wendell while you're there.
Honestly, I'm thinking
Yeah.
about. I might have to sell some stuff because I needed to fix my memories.
Well, I will point out that the winners of the Battle Ball tournament get 10,000 gold that you can maybe
Each?
split up. No, 10,000 gold for the
No,
group. So
sadly.
you can try to split it up and see if someone will give you their share, so you could buy your memories back.
Captain, oh, what is it? Yeah, Mr. Leo is already rich.
Yeah, he's
You
like,
have my share.
you can have Bombadier's share.
True.
That's true. Bombardier is dead. Bombardier has no stake in this.
Bombardier would want me to have it from one
So it'll all be
exploding guy
split
to
evenly.
another guy that he exploded. He'd want me to have it. I got a feeling.
I just hide my bag of money in the safe because I'm like, I'm not gonna let Gormesh know that I've got money.
How much gold do y'all have? Because like I have 71.
Well, my character sheet says I have just 1,395, but I think I have a little bit more.
2,300.
2,300. So Daxley could buy your memories.
Yeah, he said
Well,
it was 3,000, wasn't it?
Mhm.
I have 71 gold.
Daxley is. You said it was 3,000. I couldn't buy that. I'd be
You're right.
poor.
You're right. You said I was thinking 3,300. You
23.
said yeah.
No,
We buy his memories,
23,000.
but we don't tell him what
Not-
he
They
remembers.
don't give them to me.
Not
He writes
23,000.
them down for him in a
2,300.
notebook, and they just lock
Yeah.
it away. So, Reese, when I was picking my feats, I ended up going for Faith Touched.
I
I
dig
figured
that.
I figured it made so much more sense for me to have it.
Wendell, what is that book you brought out? I, I know the session's over, but I would like to ask that.
Grimoire.
You can ask that.
Black Grimoire,
It is one of the many volumes of Normand's grimoires.
Oh, okay. I was making the connection that it was the book, but I'm assuming he wouldn't just bring that out.
No, he doesn't have the book right now.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
he's
would like to say
reconstituted, but
Gormesh's
he
staff
hasn't
with the
found
G
his
on
book
top
yet.
that is golden, just sounds like a pimp cane, and it goes
Yeah.
so hard.
The staff of Gormesh. That shit goes hard, actually.
Yeah. Wait, is that an
Is
actual
that-
item I can look at, Reese?
You can't look it up. I didn't put it in D&D
Oh.
on yet. I have it
No,
written
he
down. I
hasn't
didn't want you
made it
guys
yet.
to know what it could do. So-
No!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be 100%. I don't think we could beat Gormesh. I think if he tried to fight us, we'd die. 'cause
Is
we're
he,
level
is he
8.
just a level 20 wizard?
Yeah, he's just a
Or is he a
level 20
staff?
I'm not.
archer, yeah.
I'm not
Okay,
saying what all
that's
the
fair.
guy
Actually,
is.
I thought Reese, didn't you tell me he was a character sheet, like he was his own spreadsheet? He wasn't even on the character sheet no more.
Stat block.
Stat block, yeah.
You'll find out, won't you?
Yeah, I guess so. When I die, yeah.
All right, fellas, that's it for me. I'm going to bed.
Bye bye.
Good
Love
night.
y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Great session. Thank you.
Good night, fellas.